you wanna grow your list size, pop up like it's hot, pop up like it's hot, pop up like it's hot. And when you gotta boost your revenue, pop up like it's hot, hey, pop up like it's hot, pop up like it's hot. Pick your favorite template, you can tailor to your brand. They're MailChimp-erific, you're gonna be a fan. MailChimp your marketing with our new customizable pop-ups.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love, starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast.
How are you guys today?
Great. I think we're both a bit tired. We just got back from a long trip. We were in Poland for a Mystic Festival, and I think it's our longest bus drive so far.
Oh, wow. How far is that?
It was about 16 hours of travel in that one day. So
How was it?
I'm sure it's. I think it went well. Yeah, we were all tired from the festival itself, but it was great. You know, we signed up to do it, so it's.
Yeah. Was the crowd pretty receptive?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. Definitely. We were on at a very strange time. We were playing right after In Flames, who was
Oh,
the
wow.
headliner of that day, but we were on the smallest stage, and it was like a very bizarre experience to be
Very
after
hot.
the headliner.
Right.
Yeah,
What's
and the venue was about 40 degrees
Oh,
That's
wow.
crazy.
Celsius.
Yeah, very hot.
Yeah.
What is the metal scene like in Estonia?
It's small. It's very, let's say, I would say it's getting a new breath of fresh air right now. It was in a really silent mode for about 10, 15 years, and now the last 2, 3 years it's been really picking up. It's becoming more alive by the day, basically.
Decent places to play? Or do you have to
We
leave
have
the country?
Not
Not a
about
lot,
3
actually, though.
cities.
We have like a couple of good venues actually that are good for metal music.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of the bigger bands too that come through there? I don't know much about the Estonian scene.
Well,
More and
like
more.
more than ever, I would
Really?
say.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
It's definitely picking up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we are getting more and more. Just last week there was In
In
Flames.
Flames was starting their tour for the
Ginger.
second time in Tallinn, actually, which is the
Oh,
capital.
really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How much does your culture and your geographical location play into your music writing and your songwriting?
I think it does quite a bit. We've actually talked about this before, like each other, with each other, how it's since we are kind of remote and to the east, we don't look to the east, basically. So we kind of feel like on an island, and I think it's definitely has an impact on our let's say like approach, how we feel and how we consider our touch with the rest of the world. It's like
Right.
we feel quite isolated, I think, and it definitely gives like a sense of like one sense of liberty and freedom, but another sense of like hopelessness and just being stuck, sort of, if that makes sense.
Jörg said it best, who is the other guitarist in our band. He said that because we are in such a weird place that nobody really expects us to make it anywhere out of here. We almost write from like a despair point of view because it's like we just have to write something. We just have to do anything. Like we write what we want. We don't really like care about like really like structures or anything. I mean, we
Right.
put effort into our music, but we just write because we want to write music. We don't really like yeah, I'd say despair and like we just do things because, one day we might not be able to because of Russia or whatever right next
Right.
to us. We just do what we can.
How much of what's going on in that part of the world then plays into your lyric writing and your music? It's got to be a ton, right?
I think it's
Uh,
quite a bit, yeah. I think
when
it's
we
definitely it's for subconscious for sure.
It's like this whole existential dread thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when we started writing our EP, like the song Deathfall was written literally on the day when Russia invaded Ukraine.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's probably one of our angriest in that sense as well. Or actually, I think I might just be feeling it that way because I have that vivid memory of that invasion on the same day as we started writing it. So it's like it
Yeah,
definitely has a very direct connection.
but that probably plays into your performance live of that song, right? Because you can get in contact with those feelings again, and that aggression and that whole metalcore thing is there, right?
yeah.
I I
It's a
definitely
beast.
feel that it's the emotion is always there. It's yeah, we don't have to look for a reason to show that sort of emotion. It's
Right.
there.
Is there any sort of message you want your fans to walk away from after listening to Pridian record or Venetian Dark or whatever?
Uh, from my perspective, it would be something like no matter how bad it gets, you're never alone, really.
Uh,
So
yeah,
an inspiring message for me at least.
yeah,
Right.
I know for our singer. So I'm the drummer and Martin is the guitarist. Laur, who is our singer, he has also said it something along the lines of it's like Venetian. It's like a metaphor for Venice. So uh, even if it's sinking, even if you're sinking and it's all looking to fade away, then you still have to keep going.
Right.
And just that you have to still do your thing.
Do you
Um,
feel a sense of responsibility then to your fans or your listeners to carry that message across, or is that just
I don't think that's our goal. One thing we don't want to do is like
Preach.
tell people what to feel or how to feel or they are the emotions they feel. That's the correct emotion.
Okay.
Um,
Are you guys planning to take this out on the road?
for sure, yeah. We've been trying to take it out on the road. This Polish festival we were just at, it was a very big milestone in that direction. Um,
Yeah,
we have a couple more festivals lined up for the summer, and honestly, we're really actively looking to play more shows right now.
yeah.
I mean, I know it's not easy, the whole music culture, especially, with gas prices and
Oh yeah.
all, all this junk going on, and you lose money going out on tour. It's not like you're playing Madison Square Garden and that kind of thing. So I talk to
Exactly.
people all the time, and they're always struggling with that.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course. It's very hard, but like the recent trip to Poland, it just showed that even though it's a long drive, long hours, you gotta wait, but the actual show itself is so rewarding and interaction with the people after. Like we gained not a lot of new like fans immediately, but those people who we gained and made friends with, they're amazing.
Did it
yeah.
reinvigorate you guys?
Me for sure.
I've always wondered what it's like to tour like this and drive long distances just to play a show. And for me, it was um, I'm really happy that I feel so great after this now. Like I'm happy that I feel happy after this,
Yeah,
that I took away this sense of
right.
rewards, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah,
How did the
definitely.
how did the deal with Century Media come about? Because that's a big deal too.
A couple of years ago, we were playing Tallinn Music Week. It was the first time the Heavy Music Association of Estonia was like formed, and
Mhm.
they brought in like a bunch of delegates outside of Estonia from abroad, and one of those people was used to work at Century Media, and when she saw us play, she was like, "Yep, we gotta get these guys signed." That's how it happened,
That's
really.
great.
It
Yeah, the
was
ball
weird.
started rolling. The ball started rolling really unexpectedly. We didn't even know there would be anyone in the crowd like that. We were just playing our best that we could, and after we came off the stage, we heard that there was like rumors about this delegate saying these beautiful things, and then
We
it
didn't believe it.
yeah
We didn't believe it.
yeah
Right.
we had no idea that would be like the actual truth. And then about 2 or 3 weeks later, I think everything started like the ball started rolling, and then yeah, and then we had to keep it a secret for a long time as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did?
Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I think it was like more than a year that we had to keep it a
Oh,
secret.
wow.
Yeah. We were working
So
on an
that was
EP at the time, and that's how they like came about. And they wanted to actually help us with that as well, but they had to like see who we are and are we really that good? Unfortunately, we're or apparently we were.
Right.
yeah.
Are you guys the first Estonian metal band to be signed to a major label?
I think
Um,
it's
it,
uh
it, I don't know how big it was at the time, but there's this another folk metal band in Estonia called Metsadel. It was like a decade ago or something. I'm not sure, but they were signed to Spine Farm, which at the
Oh, yeah.
time was a huge deal. It was insane.
Right.
But I can't tell you how like big was Spine Farm then or how big it is now. But Century Media, I mean, it's one of the biggest for sure.
Yeah. That's great for you guys. Are
Yeah.
you guys one of those bands that's always writing, or do you set time aside
Yes.
to write?
Yep.
And is
There
it
uh
was
very
like
collaborative?
more and more. Yeah. We definitely because we like used to live in different cities. The writing was the majority of writing was done over the internet. And but now we're mostly together. I'm the only one away, but yeah, it's getting more and more collaborative all the time. And Venetian Dark was like a really good like sign of things to come of what happens when you actually
Right.
collaborate.
When you guys are writing then, especially in this metalcore sort of genre, are you writing the songs like how they're gonna come across on stage, like this is a good point for a breakdown or a jump or are you writing the songs for the song's sake and then just kind of interpreting them as, live?
that's a very good question. I feel like we're kind of doing both
Yeah,
of
I would
what you
say both.
said. I think within the band, I think we have, since we are four members in the band, we have four different approaches. I feel like mine is definitely the most. If I think about myself, it's definitely what um, how it's gonna hit live and how it's gonna make you feel like um, from the drums perspective. Like, is it gonna make you dance or is it gonna make you stand and lean from one side to the other? But from other perspectives, we just want to write really good music.
Right.
So it's like not for a dance live thing. Martin, what do you think?
Yeah, I would agree. A bit of both. I mean, like, we really, well, on this record at least, really wanted to focus on songwriting and the actual like flow of the album. Like,
Right.
it's really like, it's really easy to put together like riff salads, if that makes sense. It's just
Mhm.
like flashy stuff all around, but really to like capture the attention of the listener and like take
And
them
take
on a
them on a
journey.
journey.
You said it, man.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
mean, I think that's what's really lost in a lot of the modern music because people aren't releasing full albums, they're doing singles. But I think metal has its genesis and probably still its roots really deep in the the record and the sequencing of that journey from, putting the needle on to when it flips over on the other side, there's ebbs and flows that I think are needed and work really well, right?
Uh,
For sure.
Actually, yeah, I used to think otherwise, like singles were the way to go and like smaller EPs, but now, fortunately, I've been proven the same thing as you just said, like you need albums, like albums still make sense. People still want to listen to the records like all the way through. And yeah, I'm really happy about that.
How hard was it to sequence it then? That's a whole art in itself, right?
Oh, it was, fortunately, I had nothing to do with it. That's like, I think Laur and Jörg, the other guitarist, they because Jörg also helped lyrically. He also like knew the themes more and better with Laur. So they like I think did the majority of the work on that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
somewhat of a concept, and we have
Yeah,
definitely like lyrically how it goes, and also how some of the songs are definitely like the intro for the album. We knew from the first version of the demo, we knew that that's gonna be basically the intro of the album, and I feel like the same pretty much goes for the last song. But what we had it all in the middle, it was yeah, basically we me and Martin, we gave the trust to the other two guys who knew it
yeah,
thematically. They knew it better than us. So
yeah. Laur is a
but
real
there's
visionary. Like he like had the whole like designs and the themes and everything. So we didn't want to like mess with that. So just green light,
Right.
go ahead, do your thing. We trust you.
Okay.
yeah,
So I've got
yeah.
one more, and then I want to switch gears into some funny stuff that does well on the short social media things, if you're
All
okay with
right,
that.
All right.
sure.
So this one's a big one though. So Venetian Dark as an album title conjures images of masked intrigue, shadowy canals, and gothic grandeur. What metaphors do you see or themes that might parallel the Venetian history with your own history in the music business?
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. uh,
Can I go first?
yeah, of course, man.
Okay, so definitely I have to go with Resurrection because I am the oldest in the band. I have been doing this like over 15 years now. Um, and I've had like bands that are like almost on the verge of like doing great before they fizzled into nothing. And to have this now at this stage of my like career and life is yeah, it's definitely I totally vibed when Laura and Jörg did the whole Resurrection Venetian vibe with it. I was like, yep, that's exactly what's happening for me now.
All right. Good,
Yeah,
Robert.
I really want to listen to the question once more. It was a long one.
Yeah. So Venetian Dark as an album title conjures up images of masked intrigue, shadowy canals, and gothic grandeur. What metaphors do you see between themes and parallels that might exist between Venetian history and your own journey as Pridian?
hmm I think I have to go back to what Laura said about it literally this album specifically, since we don't have a very long history, we are quite a new band with one EP and one album. It's I would basically conclude it with only the album at this point. How it's so much about, as Martin said, resurrection, and also just even when the sink is shipping and when everything is sinking, how you have to still look forward and still do things and still believe and all that. Um, yeah, well, I personally don't have this sort of connection to or this sort of emotional connection to the themes and the music. I approached it from a very different perspective, um, but I feel like that Venetian comparison is still the most accurate for Pridian as a whole.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now the really deep, important questions. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Hell no.
It has to be. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Why?
When you say like
Sorry,
hot dog,
Robert.
I can only
I
like
gotta deal with Martin first.
when you say hot dog, like instantly, I just it's gonna sound amazing. I just think of the wiener.
There's a soundbite right there, right? I just think of wiener.
Gotta think of wieners, man.
But I mean, what's your hang up? Is it the piece of bread that holds them together?
Yeah, unnecessary.
Oh. Robert, what do you got?
For me, a sandwich is flat. So it's just this with something on top. But a hot dog isn't flat. I
All
think
right, you
that's
got one
gotta be
more
it.
chance to redeem yourself here. Is cereal a soup?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's sweet soup.
Yes. I mean, it can be, right? It can the definition of soup must be anything floating in a liquid, right? Anything edible floating in a liquid.
Yeah,
So
man.
people in pools would also be people soup?
Martin, I'm gonna have to start muting you when you have something to say. You're ruining my narrative here. All right, you still good? We got like room for two more?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Are you okay playing along?
sure.
sure.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, these are a little bit stranger, so we're gonna just take name three things you can never have too much of.
Oh,
And don't say wiener.
no.
That would be a Marty thing to say.
Sure. Why not?
Let's see.
Go first.
Yeah, I wanted to say the same to you.
Okay.
Wow.
Three, my dog, guitar, and mixing.
Fair enough.
Mixing.
Robert?
What? Wow, that was just
Awful.
mine is
It's
gonna
better
be
than
so
wieners, man.
like very boring and cliche.
What do you
Hmm.
got, Robert?
I should have said just wiener, wiener, and wiener. Right?
You
Three
should
times
have.
the wiener? I should
Three
have.
times the wiener, right?
We'll
You
fix
know
it in
what?
post. Don't worry about it. We'll fix it.
In Estonia, we don't have. We only have about 3 months of good weather a year, so I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
say one of them is gonna be good weather. It's gotta be good weather. We have it. Okay, not today, but in the summer we have it. And I just feel like this should be what we have all the time. So that's one of them.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it's so boring, but it's the second one is good music because it's the one thing that just
Yeah. That's why we're
it's
here.
just it's everything. Yeah. Um, let's see the third one. I think it's gotta be jokes, humor.
Excellent.
Not
Yeah.
drumming? Really? Really, Robert?
I
Not
mean, I
wieners?
said good music, and good music includes good drumming.
All right.
Wieners, wieners.
This man
Maybe
is
that's
like,
the answer to. I think wieners is the answer to the next question. I
this
hope.
man is
I
drumming
I'm
think
calling it.
constantly, all the time.
we're grown
I'm
adults
really
here
surprised.
laughing over the word wiener. Um, Name three things you should never talk about on a first date, and that'll be the last one.
That's what I just
And I
said.
already
Wieners
know
is
what
gonna
you're
be
gonna
the
say,
answer to the
Martin.
next one. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Wieners.
Uh, mm.
Well, I know that mixing is not very sexy, so don't talk about mixing.
Your
Uh,
list can basically stay the same. No, wait, you said the dog first.
No, you gotta
That's
talk
come
too
about
on,
the
much.
dog
dog.
is cool. Come on.
Yeah.
Dog is very cool.
Okay.
You should talk about dogs on the first date.
Um, Probably like medical history.
That's pretty good too. Yeah.
Not cool. Let's see, one more. Wow, I haven't dated in a long time, so I'm a man. Uh, I would say like I don't know, prolapse, just like loose anuses. Don't talk about that, man.
No.
It's all good. And
Fair
wieners,
enough.
if you need fourth, then wieners.
Wieners, right.
I- If
I hope
this
that
goes
wasn't
up
too
in
bad.
a if this goes up in a written form and and someone Googles the word Pridian and Lucanus, then it's gonna show up.
Wieners.
We had a song when we were Aeons. It's called Loose Hands. It's almost loose anus. So
All right, so
horrible,
before we
dude.
go, then I've got two more things for you. Let's close it out with. Before we go, can you give us all your socials and all that kind of stuff so people listening can find you?
Sure, of course. It's Pridian Band, I think, written
Yes.
as one word, Pridian Band. It's in Instagram, it's in TikTok. We don't do the other things much. We have a Facebook as well. It's also Pridian. We have a YouTube that's Pridian, but I guess that's also in Century Media now.
Okay.
We also do our own social media like separately as well, but I think that's not. You can find it from Pridian as well.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Hope
much.
that
Thank you
wasn't bad
for.
at all. Hope that wasn't too bad anyway.
No, it's
It
awesome,
was
man.
really
Thank
fun.
you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Have a great night.
You too.
See
You
ya.
too.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.